Good morning, David.
Good morning, Salim.
David, how can senior management address negative attitudes towards the desired risk culture?
Yes, we've seen that it's important for an organisation to invest in risk culture and to continue to invest and continue to sustain an appropriate, strong risk culture. Often in the early stages of developing risk culture, you find people are resistant. There are people who say, I'm comfortable with the way I deal with risk at the moment. Why do we need to change? It seems to be working okay. This is a senior initiative and it's my part of the business. I don't need them to interfere. Don't you tell me how to run my project or my department. Everything is fine, please go away. And so people do become resistant. But the reason is that they don't see the value. They don't understand what's wrong and what could be better. So clearly there's an education process here. There needs to be demonstration that says, this is what our current culture is leading us to in terms of attitudes and behaviour, that ABC connection,
Yes.
Attitude, behaviour, culture. This is where our current culture is taking us. That's not where we want to be or where we need to be. So we do need to change culture, and this is the reason why. And maybe to be able to point to either other organisations or other parts of this organisation that have got a different risk culture and explain and educate to people who are resistant how it could be different. But I think also it's important that organisations have leadership from the top. So setting the tone is really important in terms of persuading and influencing people to change their risk culture. What our resistant people need to see is that we really believe this at senior management level. This is not just some initiative that we're going through the motions, we tick the box, we've done the risk thing. But as an organisation, we really believe that risk is important and risk can be managed and risk must be managed in order for us to succeed in achieving our strategic goals. And so having that role modelling in the senior management team, people need to be able to see that the senior team are taking risk information, they are using risk information to make decisions. We talked earlier about risk-based decision making.
Yes.
You need to see that at the highest level and to understand that this is being taken seriously by the top team and therefore it needs to be part of the culture of the whole organisation.
So very important words is change, believing, top management, and people also, they can see the benefits of that change.
Yes, and also communication. So clearly they need to see the benefits, which means we need to have a communication strategy which is effective and targeted. One of the organisations that I worked with in about the year 2000 until 2002, was one of the biggest construction companies in the UK, construction consultancy. And their senior management recognised that the construction industry was changing. They needed to take more risk in order to remain competitive and to keep winning work, but they didn't want to take too much risk and then end up with having accidents and late projects and so on. And so they embarked on a major development of a risk-based culture, which was very brave of them at the time. The chief executive recorded a video. This is the year 2000, so it was quite a novel thing to do in those days.
Yes.
And the chief executive recorded a video, just 3 minutes. It was sent to every member of staff, thousands of people around the world. It said, we are in a risk-taking business. We need to take more risk in order to be successful. I am going to be taking risk safely at our level. I'm expecting all of my board to do the same, all of my executive committee to do the same. I expect you to do the same. We need to know how to take risk and take risk safely. I'm going to do it. I want you to do it too. And it was a very engaging video. He was a very sort of friendly, open Scottish man who, everybody liked him. And so everybody wanted to do what he wanted them to do. And as a result of that 1 3-minute video, the communication of the need and the benefits persuaded people to say, well, I'm not sure I understand how this will help, but let's try it. And they succeeded over a period of 2 years in developing a really strong risk culture and became really leading in the industry because of that.
Very good example from the leadership and communicating that message.
Exactly.
Thank you, David.
It's a pleasure.